Good morning, everybody. This is Dave Fry, ETF Digest with an ETF in focus. We're looking at copper, JJC, which is the iPath Dow Jones Copper ETN. It's an exchange-traded note. The point that we would like to make regarding this recording is that copper is often referred to in the trade as either Mr. Copper or Dr. Copper, the latter being it has a PhD in economic forecasting. And if we look at this daily chart with annotations that we usually describe as typical RSI, a proprietary MACD histogram moving average, and below money flow with 2, 5, and 10 period moving averages, and of course our proprietary high-low indicator. When viewing the daily chart, these high-low indicators and other things are merely for traders since the chart is so ragged and it's commodity-based. With stock markets rising based on hopes of a much better 2014 economic growth, copper and Dr. Copper does not validate that assumption, given that demand from one of the primary customers, China, is weak. But the US and, of course, developed markets from Europe and so forth, they, too, consume copper. And so, overall, you would have to conclude that until Dr. Copper indicates demand, economies will continue to be very sluggish. The HI here on the daily chart is reasonable. It's not the top, certainly, as it was here back in very recently at the end of December, as a lot of forecasters are saying, oh, we're going to have a lot of growth in the economies of the world, but that's been scotched very quickly here today on the 9th of January. But this high here is for traders. See, we have this rise here. The MACD histogram backed it up and so forth, and this was a decent trade, and then you would be on your own to say, do I get back in here? Weekly charts generally would establish the overall trend, and here we see, based on this weekly chart, at least going back to this low indicator here in the end of April 2019, not much has happened. That trends have been choppy and sideways without making much progress. Here you can see, of course, that we are declining once again on this weekly chart, indicating that there is no proof that there will be strong economic growth, as Dr. Copper is indicating no. After all, Dr. Copper has earned its reputation. It makes perfect sense that if there's little demand for copper, there's little going on in terms of manufacturing. That makes sense perfectly. It's not voodoo science or anything like that. It's just common sense. Anyway, this has been very erratic, as you can see, going all the way back to April 19th, week of, and you can see that it's done nothing. We follow it because we want to know what Dr. Copper is thinking. All right, that'll do it. If you're interested in this or other ETFs or ETNs that we follow in this manner, you may do so by just taking a 1-month subscription at the ETF Digest. Thanks for watching and have a great day.